Good morning everyone. As you know, we are in continuation of our chapter number 7, that is water resources. We are in fifth point, that is need for conservation of water. Now look at here. Although 71% of the earth is covered with water, there is acute shortage of water reported all around. Now look at here, most important thing is 71% of water. Earth is covered by water only. But still we are facing a problem of shortage of water. So what are the reason? We have to study that reason and we have to take measure to reduce this problem. Okay. See first point. India receives nearly 4% of global precipitation. Still we suffer from water scarcity. Now look at here, you have to underline 4% of global precipitation we are receiving. Precipitation in form of a snowfall, rainfall, hail. So these are the different mode of different types of precipitation. 4% we are India receiving. Still we are facing scarcity of water. See, look at here, second point. Even though availability of water varies from time to time depending on its water resources and seasonal and annual precipitation, the water scarcity is most case is caused by overexploitation, underline it, overexploitation, excessive use of uneven distribution of water. So this is the major problem, because the over exploitation of water, excessive use and uneven distribution of water, it creates scarcity of water. See third point. Mostly water scarcity is caused by pollution of water. Now how this scarcity caused? So here the causes are given there. Pollution of water by domestic and industrial uses. So pollution of water by domestic and industrial uses, seepage of chemicals, pesticides and fertilizer used in agriculture. These are the different way of they are causing the scarcity of water, thus making it hazardous for plants and animal use. So if water is polluted, so it is a very hard for animals for using this water. If it is a chemical mix, many industries they are throwing their water, so they water resources they are throwing their wastage. So this is the major cause of pollution of water, and this create a problem for animals and plants. Come to our fourth point. Water scarcity may also arise because of the large and growing population. This is most important point. Large growing population. A large population needs more water, not only for drinking and domestic use but also for producing more food. So look at here children. So if our population is increasing rapidly, so our demand is also increasing, not only for the water but also for many other resources we peoples are using. So they need more crops, they need more water and other resources also. So when the population increasing, demand is also increasing. So when the demand of water is increasing, not only for the domestic purpose but also we need water for crop cultivation also. So it is interconnected with each other. So there is a need of much water but our resources are limited. So demand is increasing but resources are same. Not only we can clearly we cannot say same, even it is a decreasing. These resources are gradually decreasing. Now come to fifth point. Increasing industrialization is also exerting pressure on our existing water resources. Rapid urbanization has also increased the pressure on groundwater pumping devices like tube wells, as all the residential localities are going for a stalling tube wells to meet the growing requirement of water, especially during summer. Hence, there is a marked deletion in the level of water table, deletion the level of a water table level. Now see, so increasing industrialization. So when the population is increasing, these industries are also increasing. So the demand of water is also increasing. So for satisfying these demands, nowadays people are using tube wells. So these tube wells, they are providing water to us through groundwater. They are taking groundwater. So our groundwater is also gradually it is decreasing. For their satisfying their need, they are using groundwater. So gradually the water we are facing a problem of water scarcity. Now see, next point, most important source of water, Indian rivers like Ganga, Yamuna and many other are danger of turning into toxic streams because of rapid industrialization, agriculture modernization and urbanization. Okay, come to seventh point, conserving water has become a major environmental issue. In order to save and conserve our resources, we have to reduce wastage of water. We have to take care of this point, wastage of water. Apart from loss of a water through leaking taps and pipes, canals and pipes that transfer water from dams to houses also contribute nearly 50% of water loss. Underline 50% of water loss during transfer. During transfer, we lost 50% of water. Reducing per capita consumptions of water and preventing wastage are effective ways of water conservation. So whenever we are transferring water from one place to the other place, the 50% water loss is there. So we have to take care of it. We have to check your tapes. The small drop of water also creating big problem. So gradually if it is a dropping, it lose the so much water. So we have to take care regarding conserving water. Okay, now come to 8th point. Our water resources are depleting at an alarming rate. It is predicated that by 2025 large part of India will join countries having absolute water scarcity. Absolute water scarcity. Look at here, absolute water scarcity will be. See our 9th point. Although water is a renewable resources, the misuse of water, wastage and inability to tap and harness our water potential has resulted in growing depletion of water resources. Therefore, it is important to conserve our existing water resources. We have to take care regarding our water. Water is becoming a scarce resource because of a seasonal and uneven distribution of rainfall, and due to the some reasons that I am explaining you. Over exploitation of water sources, excessive use of water, scarcity of rainfall, deforestation, lack of management of water resources, pollution on land, wastage of water in use. These are the some reason. So the water resources are scarce. Now see, the safeguard ourselves from health hazards to ensure food security. We have to conserve water because we need to ensure the food security for drinking, cooking, domestic use, to prevent degradation of a natural ecosystem. Water use in factories and industries is endless. So children, we have to take measure to conserve water resources. Water can be conserved by adopting a various innovations and innovations. See, what innovation we can take? See, by constructions of dams across rivers. This is the most important thing. Innovating a new technologies of irrigation, by increasing the use of sprinklers, by increasing the proportion of drought resistant crops, increasing of a reservoir storing system, by using more and more rain water harvesting technique we can conserve. These are the some measures we can take by conserving our water resources. Now see, conservation of water. Conservation of water means preventing and controlling of the depletion and degradation of water and making the best use of available water resources for the present and future need. Conservation of water resources has become necessary due to increasing demand, short supply and uneven distribution of rainfall. Some steps are necessary for water conservation. See, developing water saving technology, preventing water pollution, promoting watershed development, rainwater harvesting, water recycling and reuse. Now come to our seventh point, that is rainwater harvesting. Water harvesting involves all the different methods of conserving and collecting rainwater. It is the simplest and the most efficient method of water conservation. There are various methods of water harvesting. In that, first is rainwater harvesting, recharging of groundwater. Rainwater harvesting. See, definition is given here. The activity of collecting rainwater directly or recharging it into the ground to improve groundwater storage in the aquifer. It is the most important technique for storing water and later using it during drought and dry season. So in this system, the water is stored and whenever it is required, we can use that water. In this method, the rainwater is collected on rooftop and is directed to dry tank. Now see here, some objective of rainwater harvesting is given here. Recharging the groundwater and raising its level. Checking the rainwater for flowing far away so as to prevent soil erosion or flooding of the surrounding areas. Checking the rainwater from becoming polluted, meeting the demands of water requirement in dry season. Now see, what is rooftop rainwater harvesting? In this method, rooftop rainwater harvesting and conservation system comprises a simple scheme to replenish the groundwater and increase its level. Underline it, replenish the groundwater and increase its level. It increases the level of water. Rainwater can be collected over our rooftops and within our house premises and can be channelized through the small PVC pipes into the underground pits, sumps, wells on a bore wells to be used by hand pumps or from wells. Look at here, in this diagram, it is clearly shown that how rainwater is channelized in a ground. Bore well and open wells are given there. You have to study this diagram. Okay. Now see, come to next point. The purpose is to utilize the rainwater to its maximum and not to let it run off or go waste. Nearly 50,000 liters of rainwater can be harvested from a 100 square meter rooftop area. So look at here, how much water we can save. 50,000 liter rainwater and in a 100 square meter rooftop area. This is important, you have to underline it. Now see the next point. Since the rooftop rainwater collection does not require major expenditure, it's not so much expensive, it should be made compulsory by the government before the house plan is approved by the municipal corporation. If we are using this measure, we can save so much water, we can use this rainwater. So if the municipal corporation, it mandatory to everyone, if they are constructing their houses, so they have to take care about the rainwater harvesting. So it is beneficial for everyone. Rainwater harvesting technique is being used in Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu along with Assam, Rajasthan and Maharashtra. Many states have made it a government policy. As this technique is a very simple, practical and the cost effective, it can easily be practiced by individual both in town as well as villages. So you can see whenever we are going Salasar, Nagaur, in these areas, the very shortage of water is there, very scarcity of water is there, where we can see the many tanks are constructed for collecting rainwater. So this is a rooftop harvesting. See, 8th point, advantages and importance of rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting increases the availability of water during dry season by increasing the level of dried bore wells and wells. This is most important. Surface water supply is readily available for various purposes, thus reducing dependence on underground water. It improves the quality of groundwater by diluting salinity. It does not cause pollution and is environment friendly. It is cost effective and easily affordable. It reduces soil erosion. It improves soil moisture. The rainwater can be stored and used till the next rainfall. This can even provide for drinking water when all other sources have dried up. So these are some advantages and importance of rainwater harvesting. So children, here I am explaining you some benefits of rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting techniques increases water availability, groundwater recharge, groundwater recharge stores water which is in high demand during summers. Recharge methods are environmentally attractive. Most aquifer recharge systems are easy to operate. Decline of groundwater level is arrested. Increase the vegetation cover due to increase in soil moisture. Help in mitigation droughts. Reduce the load on a stormwater drains, flooding of roads, open spaces, etc. Natural cleaning process take place where water is stored in aquifers. So these are the some benefits of rainwater harvesting. Okay, now come to 9th point, that is rainwater harvesting techniques in a different state, different types of rainwater techniques they are using. Rainwater harvesting technique in India, rainwater harvesting is an ancient tradition. In as early as 4500 BC, people of the Thar Desert and Rajasthan have been harvesting rainwater. Many other states in India still use the traditional method of rainwater harvesting. See here, some different methods are given there. The Johads, Kunds in Rajasthan, tanks, Khardin in Gujarat, Cherua in Andhra Pradesh, Dongs in Assam, Kere in Karnataka, Ponds in West Bengal, Jongs in Jammu and Kashmir. Today, rainwater harvesting is practiced in most of the large cities like Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi and Mumbai. Most of the states like Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Assam and Rajasthan have made it a governmental policy. Okay. Now see second point, recharge of ground. See here, diagram is also given there. Recharging of groundwater. See, look at it, the different methods are given there. Recharge through hand pumps. Okay, here it is given recharge through abandoned dug well. Here it is given recharge through trench, and here it is given a section of cement nala bandh. Okay, see. It is a new concept of rainwater harvesting, and the structure generally used for this purpose are, first point is given there, pit recharge. Pits are constructed to recharge the shallow aquifers. Trenches, these are constructed when water is collected at a shallow depth due to permeable soil. Third point, dug wells. Water is carried with the help of a drain pipes to filtration tank from where it flows into the dug wells. The water that is collected on the rooftop of buildings is also diverted to the dug wells. And the last point is hand pumps. The existing hand pumps may be used for recharging the shallow or a deep aquifer if water availability is scarce. See on your page number 165. Here different methods are given there for rainwater harvesting. See first picture. Rainwater harvesting. See, look at here in the second picture. It increasing the ground water level. Now come to our third point, rooftop rainwater harvesting. See, rainwater is there and through channels they are storing recharge the pit and the water table is increasing. Okay. Now see the next one is recharge through hand pumps. See, look at here. Water chamber, 50-meter dye pipes, topsoil, clay layer, aquifers. So they are increasing, and here through these channels we can increase the groundwater. Now see here also given the one diagram. Look at here, these through well, rainwater harvesting through wells. Now this is the modern method. So directly pipes are diluted into the tank, and persons are using through these pipes and through these taps, and the water is storage here. Okay. So children, our chapter is complete here. Water resources. Go through chapter, read it carefully. If you have any doubt, you can message me on my WhatsApp number and I will clear your doubt. Okay. And you have to prepare inside question answers and you have to write in your notebooks. Exercise questions are given there. You have to do it. You have to write in your notebook. Okay. So go through your chapter. Do your work very honestly. Have a good day. God bless you.